Cyrilla Fiona Ellen Rhiannon. What can I say about her? That her friends call her Ciri, she was born in 1251, has ashen hair and a scar on her cheek? All of this true. At first glance, Cyrilla, whom I know well and first saw many years ago, did not appear completely ordinary. No, she was quite remarkable, but even looking at her, it was difficult to imagine just how extraordinary she truly was. Because Cyrilla is a skilled witcher, heirs to several royal thrones, the last bearer of elder blood, a powerful source, a wielder of exceptional magical abilities, and the master of time and space. Does the color of her hair and her date of birth even matter? I could say she is Geralt's adoptive daughter, but that would be a crude oversimplification. Ciri is something far greater to him. She is his destiny, the child of surprise, tied to his life by thousands of unbreakable threads. Following the age-old Witcher tradition, Geralt brought his word to Kaer Morhen. There, alongside Vesemir, they taught her the art of monster slaying. It was also here that her magical talents were first revealed, and the Witchers discovered that the girl was a source. Ciri's gift became her curse, and one day, because of it, she had to hide from everyone, even from Geralt. There was yet another great secret in Ciri's life. Her father was none other than the Nilfgaardian Emperor, Emhyr Race. His words confirmed Geralt's worst fear following a haunting nightmare. Ciri had returned, and mortal danger loomed over her. The Wild Hunt was relentlessly pursuing her trail. Now let's try to find out how the psychological characteristics of Ciri's personality influenced her fate. Temperament. Studies assert that a person does not possess a single type of temperament, but instead has all types in varying proportions. In Ciri, choleric temperament predominates. She is resilient, impatient, excitable, with abrupt and active movements, strong and intense reactions. She vividly expresses her emotions, has an impulsive and tempestuous nature. Her nervous system is strong but unbalanced, and at times she finds it difficult and unbearable to control her emotions and actions. Emotionality. Emotionality tells us about the speed of emotional onset and flow. In cases of emotional instability, the speed is high, whereas emotional stability correlates with a slow response. Emotionally unstable people are excitable, reacting even to mild stimuli, while emotionally stable individuals respond only to strong influences. Emotionality is largely influenced by genetics. Analyzing Ciri's behavior in the game, one can conclude that the heroine reacts sensitively to events, experiences frequent mood swings, and exhibits a high level of neuroticism. That is, Ciri has significant anxiety. She is sensitive to criticism, emotionally unstable, and struggles to control and utilize her abilities. However, she works on this with the help of Avallac'h, who serves as an example of calmness and composure. Though her training is not without difficulties, I believe Ciri has great potential and will have a more refined personality in game The Witcher 4, where she will be the main character of the game. Character. In The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, Ciri demonstrates a variety of character traits that manifest in different situations. Here are some of them. Responsibility. She feels a strong responsibility for her actions and their consequences, especially when it involves those close to her. She honestly and thoroughly completes tasks that arise during the game's events. Sociability. Ciri gets along well with many characters she meets during her adventures. She shows friendliness and communication skills, evident in quests involving the Baron in Velen and the Skellige Isles. Compassion. Ciri demonstrates empathy toward those in need, even when it is not her direct responsibility. For example, when she goes to thank the waitress at the Golden Sturgeon, or when she returns to Skjal on Skellige to express her gratitude and say farewell. Humility. Despite her extraordinary abilities, Ciri is not arrogant. She does not see herself as superior to others and does not flaunt her powers. This is reflected in her humble and human approach to ordinary people and her supernatural status as the child of elder blood. Endurance. Throughout the game, Ciri demonstrates her endurance, overcoming numerous physical and psychological trials she faces along her journey. These traits help Ciri survive in a cruel world and find her place in it, despite the dangers and challenges she encountered. Like any person or game character, Ciri has both positive and negative traits. Her most prominent negative traits are impulsiveness. Ciri often acts on emotion without considering the consequences, leading to dangerous situations and conflicts. Stubbornness. She can be stubborn and defiant, particularly when she believes her decision is correct. This sometimes results in conflicts with Geralt or others trying to protect or help her. Self-sacrificing nature. She attempts to resolve all problems herself, even if it means risking her life. This is evident in the game's final episodes when Ciri confronts the Crones of Velen and later faces the White Frost alone. Vulnerability. Ciri can be sensitive to criticism and insults, leading to conflicts with those who criticize or fail to support her. These negative traits make Ciri more human and realistic, showing that even heroes have weaknesses and flaws. They add depth to her character and make her more multifaceted. Abilities. Abilities refer to the individual psychological traits that ensure a person's success in their activities. Ciri is well educated and, coming from a noble family, experienced stimuli that helped her development. She learned to write, read, and interacted with intelligent individuals. She grew up under the guidance of Ermion on Skellig, a wise and respected druid. Ciri possesses exceptional empathy, understanding the feelings of others, sharing their experiences, and offering help. She is the bearer of elder blood, granting her immense power within the Witcher universe. Ciri can travel through space and time, assist others in such travel, and stop formidable enemies like the Wild Hunt with her scream. She is skilled in close combat, extremely fast and agile thanks to her training at Kaer Morhen. In our modern world, with her abilities, Ciri could become an excellent teacher or sports coach. In addition to qualities essential for pedagogy, empathy, sensitivity, and communication skills, she also has well-developed physical attributes. Emotional intelligence. Ciri is capable of understanding and expressing her emotions and recognizing the emotions of others. She exhibits strong empathy, but her kindness can sometimes be exploited. Although she is aware of her emotions and feelings, Ciri is often doubts the correctness of her decisions, possibly due to her self-esteem. She needs the support of a significant other, as demonstrated in The Witcher 3, where Geralt's choices determine her personal growth and fate. In the Hearts of Stone expansion, if you progress through it before the events of the game's main storyline, you can learn from Gunther Ordim which of Geralt's actions will contribute to Ciri's personal growth. Managing her emotions is typically difficult for her. She often experiences anxiety and irritability, but considering her past experiences and the loss of loved ones, it's understandable why she feels this way. However, despite Ciri's struggle to control her emotions, she is capable of channeling them in the right direction. Sometimes she needs help with this, and by playing as Geralt and making the appropriate decisions, being her significant other and the most important person in her life, you can guide her. Ciri is capable of building genuine and friendly relationships. She has the potential to develop leadership qualities. With her bravery, emotional depth, and sincerity, she can influence others and lead them. She is able to empathize, support, and help those in need. Personality orientation. Ciri is clearly driven by internal motivation. Material wealth interests her far less than building and maintaining close friendships. It is crucial for her to feel sincerely loved by the people she holds dear. She always remembers acts of kindness and is ready to reciprocate. For example, when she visits the tavern to give a gift, or when she properly buries Kjal. It will deeply hurt her if, playing as Geralt during a meeting with Emhyr, you imply through your actions that you helped her for the Nilfgaardian Emperor's money, who is her biological father. Conversely, she will be overjoyed if you refuse his money. Ciri wants her future actions to benefit humanity. She is uninterested in lavish dresses, grand banquets, or other expensive things. She simply desires what she lacked in childhood: family warmth and loyal friends. Self-control. Ciri struggles to control herself, especially her power. In her childhood, Yennefer acted as her mother figure, but she wasn't the best role model for self-discipline. At times, Yennefer's behavior pushed the girl to hysterics. A key factor here is Ciri's choleric temperament, though I believe Yennefer's influence during Ciri's sensitive development period was significant. As she matured and gained new experiences with her mentor Avallac'h, Ciri made progress in mastering herself, though it remains a challenge. I believe she has the potential to improve her self-control. Self-esteem. Considering her immense power, Ciri struggles with low self-esteem. For example, in the books, Yennefer often insulted Ciri's appearance, calling her a little ugly or snot-nosed brat. It was difficult for the Witchers in Kaer Morhen to properly raise her, and they had to call on Triss Merigold for help. Geralt tended to do everything for her, always stepping in, which denied her opportunities to gain independent experience. There are situations where you simply need to observe a child, not interfere, and allow them to make and learn from their own decisions. Strengths of personality. Ciri is resilient, decisive, brave, persistent, and able to set goals and achieve them. These qualities are evident from her very first mission, where you play as her. While fleeing the Wild Hunt, Ciri finds a girl named Gretka, helping her return home safely while protecting her from wolves and a werewolf. Ciri remains loyal to her principles and the people she holds dear. For her, friendship, love, and support are far more important than status or wealth. By choosing specific decisions as Geralt, you can either foster or undermine these qualities in her. She also demonstrates her leadership, bravery, and other virtues when confronting the witches in Velen and facing the Wild Hunt at the game's end. She ultimately sacrifices herself for the greater good of humanity, venturing to confront the White Frost, which threatens to destroy all life in the Witcher world. Ciri does good, helps others, and remembers those who have aided her. This allows her to build strong, loyal, and reliable relationships with people who will help her in times of need. Weaknesses of personality. Despite possessing Elder Blood, Ciri is far from perfect. Let's examine her weaknesses. At times, she struggles to make important decisions on her own and can fall under external influence. In the game, by playing as Geralt, you can help develop her personality by choosing options that encourage her to make decisions independently rather than making them for her. She is intelligent enough to understand herself and make the right choices, but needs the support of someone close who understands her. Ciri is also quite impulsive, often acting in ways she later regrets. She tends to be pessimistic, which is unsurprising given her past. Nearly all her friends and loved ones have died, and she has not experienced prolonged, close and warm relationships with significant others, parents, mentors, or friends. She struggles to control her emotions and actions. Even in the books, Yennefer frequently highlighted this issue. As a choleric, Ciri has difficulty managing herself, but she can learn to do so, as evidenced by her development throughout the books and game. She is prone to adventures and struggles to think strategically about the future, though this may improve with experience. She is easily hurt by others' insults. A notable scene occurs in Avallac'h Laboratory, where an elf insults Ciri, causing her to lose control. Despite her well-developed communication skills, Ciri lacks organizational abilities and struggles to work in a team. When working with others, she often disregards the plan, sometimes overcompensating for her distrust by taking more responsibility than necessary. While this can occasionally be beneficial, it also has negative consequences. How can Siri improve herself? One of Siri's main challenges, in my opinion, is emotional control. It would benefit her to master meditative, breathing, and other psychoregulation techniques, which are numerous but must be chosen based on temperament, motivation, and other individual characteristics. To improve her organizational skills and teamwork abilities, Siri could participate in various training sessions aimed at developing these qualities. Doing more collaborative activities with trusted people would also help. Siri needs to improve her education by learning from mentors like Avalak, Geralt, and Yennefer, though her impulsiveness and stubbornness sometimes hinder her learning. Again, meditative and psychoregulation techniques could help in this regard. As previously mentioned, Siri has low self-esteem and struggles to make decisions, often being hurt by others' words and actions. She needs to adequately recognize her value, abilities, and progress, comparing herself only to her past self rather than others. In situations where strangers insult her, she must understand that such words often stem from envy or manipulation meant to provoke her. She should listen only to those who truly matter and are willing to help her, knowing her flaws. In Siri's case, she should heed Geralt, Yennefer, Avlak, and Vesemir's lessons. By making specific choices as Geralt, you can help foster Siri's confidence. As we see, even people with superpowers are not perfect and have flaws that can and should be addressed. I hope this video, in addition to its entertainment value, will help someone become, for example, more confident in themselves. Thank you for your attention.